Hello my dear student. Today in this video I am going to explain about the class 7 social science, the history chapter 3, the sultans of Delhi. In this video I am going to explain about the beginning of Turkish and Afghan rule, 5 dynasties of Delhi Sultanate, causes of downfall of the Delhi Sultanate. Delhi Sultanate. Muhammad Ghori's victory against Prithviraj Chauhan in the Second Battle of Taurain paved the way for Turkish-Afghan rule in India. Means the Second Battle of Taurain, they opened the way for the Turkish-Afghan rule in India. The successors of Ghori assumed power in 1206 till 1526, and this period of Indian history is known as the Sultanate period. Means Sultanate period started from 1206 up to 1526. The period saw the rule of 5 dynasties of Turkish-Afghan origin. These dynasties were the Slave dynasty, the Khilji dynasty, the Tughlaq dynasty, the Sayyid dynasty, and the Lodi dynasty. The Mamluk or Slave dynasty. Qutbuddin Aibak. Qutbuddin Aibak was the slave of Ghori and came to India with him during the time of his invasion. Means the Qutbuddin Aibak, he came with Ghori and he was the slave of Muhammad Ghori. After Muhammad Ghori's death in AD 1206, proclaimed himself, means the Qutbuddin Aibak proclaimed himself the Sultan and ruled from Delhi. Aibak founded the slave dynasty. His successors were called Mamluk, which means slave or son of a slave, means who started slave dynasty, the Qutbuddin Aibak. He started the construction of the Qutub Minar in Delhi, means he also started the construction of the Qutub Minar. While playing horse polo, he, means Qutbuddin Aibak, fell from horseback and he was died. Here you can see the extent of Mamluk dynasty's empire. Aibak was succeeded by his most favorite slave and son-in-law Iltutmish. The Caliph of Baghdad conferred him the title of Sultan. He can be called the true architect of the Delhi Sultanate in India. Means after the Qutbuddin Aibak, the Iltutmish, he was the son-in-law of Aibak and he became the Sultan of Delhi. Iltutmish undertook the following significant measures. Number 1. Consolidated the empire by organizing the nobility into a select group of 40 called the Salisa or Sahalgani. Number 2. Organized the army. Number 3. Divided the sultanate into small and large tracts. Number 4. Tried to develop the northwestern frontier to protect his empire from Mughal attacks. Number 5. Attempted to suppress internal revolts in Punjab, Sindh, Bengal and Bihar. And number 6, introduce silver coins called tankas and copper coins called zitals. This type of coins used during the time of Iltutmish. Iltutmish chose his daughter Razia Sultana as his successor instead of any of his sons because he found them incapable to rule. But she was a brave, intelligent and just ruler. The nobles could not accept her as Sultan. The nobility found it humiliating to work at her command because she was a girl, so they killed her in AD 1240. In 1265, a Turkish slave, Balban, who had become a leading member of the nobility, took over as Sultan after the Razia Sultana. He undertook the following measures. Number 1, defeated many local rulers. Number 2, defended his kingdom from Mongol. Number 3, established an efficient spy system. Number 4, restored law and adopting a policy of blood and iron. He mercilessly punished robbers and destroyed the zamindars who defied his authority. This type of silver coins started by Ghiyasuddin Balban. The Khilji or Khalji dynasty. Balban consolidated Turkish rule in India. Eventually, his grandson and successor Kaikubad was murdered by Jalaluddin Khilji, who kept the throne and established the Khilji dynasty. Means after Ghiyasuddin Balban, the Jalaluddin Khilji, he started Khilji dynasty. Jalaluddin Khilji ascended throne at a very old age. He was murdered by his nephew who took his throne in 1296. His nephew's name was Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin Khilji expanded and consolidated the Khilji dynasty. He wanted to conquer the world and called himself the second Alexander. Means he wanted to conquer the whole world, and also he wanted to call himself the second Alexander. Alauddin Khilji, he is best known for number 1, conquest of Gujarat, Malwa, Rajasthan, Devagiri, Warangal. Number 2, tackling the Mongol. Number 3, measures to prevent rebellions. Number 4, revenue based on the measurement of the land and appointing special revenue officials to collect tax. Then next, starting a system of market control under which the price of various commodities was fixed. Number 6. Introducing Hulia in the army. Under this, a description of each soldier was recorded. Number 7. Regulating the prices of essential commodities. And last one, organizing a very efficient spy system. Here you can see the extent of Alauddin Khilji's empire. A war of succession broke out after Alauddin Khilji's death in AD 1316. In AD 1320, power went into the hands of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, the founder of the Tughlaq dynasty. Means after the Khilji dynasty, the Tughlaq dynasty became the Sultan of Delhi. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, nicknamed Ghazi Malik, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq came to power in AD 1320 after killing the last Khilji ruler Khusrau Khan. He built the famous Tughlaqabad fort in Delhi. Ghiyasuddin died in AD 1325. This is the Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq's tomb in Delhi. Muhammad bin Tughlaq, after the death of his father Zona Khan, took over the throne under the title Muhammad bin Tughlaq in AD 1325. Muhammad bin Tughlaq undertook several ambitious projects which became controversial and were largely responsible for his unpopularity. Means he started so many controversial projects, so he became unpopular. Muhammad bin Tughlaq was succeeded by his cousin Firoz Tughlaq. He was a strong ruler and tried to adopting moderate and populist policies. He imposed a tax on non-Muslims called jizya. He allowed a noble's son to succeed to his father's position and Zagir after his death. Years after Timur left India, his deputy Khizr Khan captured the throne and established the Sayyid dynasty in 1414. Means Khizr Khan, he established Sayyid dynasty. He was known for his tolerance and humility. Mubarak Shah succeeded his father Khizr Khan in 1421. Again, Mubarak Shah was succeeded by his nephew Muhammad Shah, but he was weak and incompetent. This is the picture of the tomb of Muhammad Shah at Lodi Gardens, New Delhi. Muhammad Shah's son and successor Alam Shah was even more incompetent. He ascended the throne in 1443 and took the strange decision to leave Delhi forever and settle in Badaun. Means Alam Shah, he was a incompetent ruler and he took the decision to leave Delhi forever. After Saids left, the absence of power gave opportunity to Bahul Lodi, an Afghan governor of Punjab. In AD 1451, he not only occupied the throne but also suppressed rebellions and established his authority over Sindh and Mewar. Means after the Saids left, the Bahul Lodi, he started the Lodi dynasty. Bahlul Lodi was succeeded by his son Sikandar Lodi, whose real name was Nizam Khan in AD 1489. Sikandar Lodi was succeeded by his son Ibrahim Lodi in AD 1517. He faced a number of rebellions. Finally, Alam Khan, the Sultan's uncle, and Daulat Khan Lodi, the governor of Punjab, invited Babur, the ruler of Kabul, to invade India. In the first battle of Panipat, fought in 1526, Babur defeated and killed Ibrahim Lodi. And this event means the first battle of Panipat marked the beginning of the Mughal rule in India. The last topic, downfall of the Sultanate, and the major causes are the number 1, the destruction of the places of worship of non-Muslims and imposition of jizya made the rulers very unpopular with the masses. Jizya is the protection tax that non-Muslim citizens of an Islamic government for their safety and well-being. Number 2, many rulers like Nasiruddin Muhammad and Firoz Tughlaq were not strong. They had corrupt and opportunist nobles who manipulated them and made them unpopular. Number 3, the Iqta system helped decentralize the power of the king. Number 4, on various occasions, weak empires became the targets of attacks launched from time to time by foreign invaders such as the Mongols. The number 5, the sultans did not follow the law of primogeniture, whereby the eldest son succeeds his father as the ruler. This led to the tragic wars of succession after the death of the ruler. Because of these 5 major causes, the Delhi Sultanate came to an end.